mouth. See if Reese gets scared.
Gotta talk loud. You gotta step up a little bit. Okay.
Okay. The Smithsonian is the biggest and most well-known museum, education, and research complex in the world, and it is located in Washington, D.C., as you all know, because we are here. The Smithsonian is not just one museum, but it's a bunch of different buildings all grouped together. It has an amazing history, and it appears in many shows and TVs, or movies. As I said, the Smithsonian is more than just one museum. It is actually made up of 19 total museums and galleries, and it also has a national zoo with the home of the panda baby. It is a bunch of buildings all surrounding this main area, from the one right behind me to going all the way down there. The National Zoological Park, or the National Park as it's called, it has two campuses, and the largest is in Washington, D.C., and the second is in Front Royal, Virginia. The National Zoo is home to more than 1,800 animals and over 300 species of different animals. And giant pandas are their most famous attraction there. That's what brings in most tourists. The Smithsonian was founded in 1855, and the main parts of the Smithsonian have always been located in Washington, D.C., and since its founding, it has quite the history. It was started by a British scientist by the name of James Smithsonian. That's where the Smithsonian gets its name. It's named after him. He gave donated funds necessary for the museum, and when he came to America to establish it, this is what he said. He wanted to establish it for an establishment for the increase and diffusion of the knowledge among men. He pretty much wanted a really big museum where everyone could come and see history and get more knowledge. In order to establish the Smithsonian, America couldn't just use his big fund that they gave. They needed more money. So President Andrew Jackson sent a man named Richard Rush to England to collect money for donations for it. And he came back with 105 sacks of gold. Even though Congress had the money to build the Smithsonian, they struggled for 8 years on how to build it because Smithsonian died before he could tell them how exactly he wanted it built. So they did not know his dream for it exactly. After years of pondering how to make it, in 1855 it was opened after about 7 years of construction. It got its first expansion in 1881 when it became the Arts and Industries Building also. The Smithsonian has had a lot of cool things happen in it and to it over the course of its life. It has been featured in movies and TV shows, as I said before, and there are also some interesting facts. The Smithsonian has featured in movies and even some TV shows. The three most notable movies are Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, when they come to see the B-2 bomber, Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian, a phenomenal movie, and then also, of course, National Treasure. The National Portrait and Art Building was the site of President Lincoln's inaugural ball, and was also used as a hospital during the Civil War for injured soldiers. The Smithsonian has had a couple things in their collection that are very interesting. They have a mechanical monk from Spain that is possibly still in working condition. They have Indiana Jones' famous hat and whip from the movies, and a Mormon sunstone which came from the temple itself. The Smithsonian is overall one of the most interesting places to go in America, as well as Washington, D.C., and it stores a lot of history inside of it. The history and the facts and the size of the Smithsonian are what make it what it is today and what make it a special place. Millions visit the Smithsonian every year, and it's one of the best places to visit in Washington, D.C. And that is all.